Hi guys, and welcome back to another chance for us to talk about a new launch announcement. This time though, it's BitOcean's OceanEx, a project sitting on top of VeChain Thor. It was announced yesterday along with a flashy video of a lighthouse amongst a storm. Now remember, we're all code and no candles here, which means in the blockchain world at least, that we're more interested in the technology and the business proposition than giving any investment advice. Now, if the analysis of the quality of the technology and business model are of any use to you, then you may do with that as you will. And if this content is good, please like my video and subscribe to my channel. It is very much appreciated by me and other people like yourself who are searching for great content. So, OceanEx, is there a strong wind behind your sails, or will you be sunk into the obscurity of the deep, deep ocean, languishing amongst the bottom with the crabs, and ultimately eaten by the kraken, which is a very smart reference to a competitor, if I say so myself. But let's get into it. We'll start by saying who BitOcean are. And they are worth mentioning as they are the creators of OceanEx and will ultimately be responsible for seeing the whole thing into production. BitOcean were founded in 2013 and they produced the BitOcean Bitcoin ATMs you may have seen dotted occasionally around some provinces in China. They have a cool feature, which is a transaction time of around 30 seconds thanks to their own proprietary trading assurance system, so you're not waiting at a terminal for 10 minutes while Bitcoin does its thing. There are a number of companies doing this, like Lamassu and RoboCoin as well. I don't know which one was first. They are trying to be super compliant with regulators, and to that extent the ATMs, or the physical exchange terminals, which is what they really are, perform various regulatory tasks such as know your customer and anti-money laundering checks. In January, they announced a partnership with Sunny Liu's VeChain, so we knew something was cooking there, and being an exchange of sorts already, you can kind of put the two and two together yourself. So, what is OceanEx? The developers say, and this is their words, that OceanEx is a proprietary cryptocurrency exchange, an asset management platform launched by BitOcean Global that will serve as an exchange, trading platform and asset management platform within the VeChain Thor ecosystem. So it's an exchange. It's got some software to interact with that exchange and a store for assets, like an exchange. There is no white paper at this point, so information is very scarce and covered in marketing, well, it's drivel. They've said that the white paper will be out in Q3 this year, which is probably when we'll get some more facts rather than waves. It is worth also talking about what they've been trying to do in Japan. This is their history, how they have performed. BitOcean was originally aimed at Chinese market and then at the Japanese market, and Japan is known for a somewhat polar environment for cryptocurrencies. On one hand, it is said that 30% of all Bitcoin purchases are made in yen, and Bitcoin was made legal tender in April 2017. Japan has approved 16 decentralized exchanges so far, and their regulatory practices really are trying to build trust in crypto. Bitflyer, which is Japan's top exchange by trading volume, has over 1 million users the last time I checked, which was January this year. They're obviously trying to become a world hub. Now, on the other hand, Japan is tough on exchanges that don't play with what they think are the best rules, our best practices. They've put pressure in April this year to remove privacy coins such as Monero, Zcash and Dash, claiming they've been used extensively illicitly and something that the Japanese people really shouldn't be playing with. Coincheck, the Japanese exchange that was hacked in January, removed these currencies after it came back online, and I suspect that the Japanese regulators were like, if you don't remove them, we're not letting you back in. Now, that regulator, the FSA, the Japanese one, not the old UK one, has a working group on cryptocurrencies, and again they've suggested to ban privacy coins on all Japanese exchanges. They have also ordered 2 exchanges in recent history, the FSHO and BitStation, to halt activities for 1 month after they discovered what they thought were flaws in operating practices and naughty behaviour by at least 1 employee. It is no wonder then that OceanEx has stated that they have decided to execute outside of Japan because of delays with their involvement in the Japanese government. It's a bit of a loss, to be honest, but I completely understand why. Now, we should talk about the products, and there are 4 that have been announced. Let's take a look at them. The first one is Ocean Brain. Now, Ocean Brain seems to be a general AI system that is used for fraud detection and kind of dotted through the technology of OceanEx. Ocean Quant, more interestingly, is a trading platform which also exposes APIs to make it easier to connect to external program systems. It also looks like Ocean Quant is a bot solution applying trading algorithms. Ocean Market is a follow your favorite trader solution, which is quite similar to eToro in a sense, but instead of signing up to traders, you signed up to algos themselves, algorithms, trading algorithms. That's pretty cool. Now, Crypto Bento is explained, and I have to read this directly, as a significant innovation in that it's a type of bundle that owns/represents the underlying cryptocurrencies at any fractional or full amount in predetermined ratios as set by the issuing liquidity provider to be traded as joint boxed sets, quotes included. So it's a fund. I think it's a fund. Bento is a Japanese lunchbox, by the way. They're pretty cool. Look at them. There are no screenshots, performance indications, or pricing models announced at this point. So, not much to go on in terms of product yet, but we can still look at the team and see what they have done before. When it comes to the team, I look at 2 people, roles predominantly, the CEO and the CTO. The CEO because they coordinate the wider team, and the CTO because I honestly believe that in this stage of the blockchain world, that technology improvements really represent the advancement and therefore the opportunities that come with blockchain. Now, Zhang Nang, he's the CEO. If you don't know who he is, he's the ATM guy that created the ATMs for cryptocurrencies, and he received a letter from Sunny Lu, very nice, which was published on Friday, extolling his virtues as a driven character. Always nice to receive references. Jiayu Zhao is the CTO and AI guy and assistant professor at Michigan State University. Daniel Kellman is the chief compliance officer, a Chinese-speaking expat who moved to Taiwan a few years ago. He Zhu is the security guy, an ex-employee from Cisco who is working as an architect there. Wei Wang, COO, did a stint in Deloitte and was acting as an investment director of Lonsin, which I think is a Chinese motorcycle manufacturer. We should talk about the tokens that they're issuing. That's the way that we invest in them. OCE has been mentioned as the token of exchange, and it looks specifically used to buy into the Crypto Bento funds. I can't see any other use of it yet until that white paper comes out. There are 10 billion tokens to be made available, and they're issuing over 3 phases. They've currently pegged OCE to VET tokens, saying that the 10 billion OCE is equivalent to 15 million VET. There is a private round, which is usually reserved for investors connected to the company, and then there's a VeChain community round, which is specifically for hodlers of VET tokens, and someone who is an X node or an economic node holder, or a holder of at least 50 VET in a non-node wallet. There will not be a public round, which I can only assume means that they're not allowing purchases from any other currency other than VET. Now, considering that VET is only on Saturday the 16th of June, when I checked, valued at $2.85 per VET, with a drop of nearly 30% this week, ouch, then if you want to be involved, you have to fork out a grand sum of around $150 to get in on the game. Not big. They are issuing 27.5% of tokens in this round, half to private, half to VET holders, and they have said 2.5% of those tokens may be raised around launch. So a maximum ICO raise at today's prices of around 13 million USD, which if achieved would give the entire OCE market capitalization a princely sum of $42,750,000. Not a huge amount. Anyway, I have some opinions. And first, you know that I am a fan of VeChain. As I mentioned in a previous video, I love hardware almost as much as I love software, and the ideas around IoT connected to blockchain has really float my boat. So +1 for OceanEx. Second, eToro has been quite a success so far, so building the same sort of solution for cryptocurrency world is a great idea. If they're going to step up the game for trading platforms, then that is a real positive step forward too. Amazing stuff. For those of you who know me personally, my day job sees me working with global investment banks, and I see the huge quality differences between professional trading systems and these rudimentary solutions we have for crypto so far. So, bring it on, I say. +2. Now, some of the negatives. We don't have much to go on in terms of critique, to be honest, because anything could change at any time. But there are a few things that we can talk about, and primarily I'm kind of embarrassed about cheesy introductions to projects nowadays. They do seem to come predominantly from the East, which may be a cultural thing that I just don't get, so I'm aware of that, but it instantly puts me off. Exact phrases were, do not be limited by your imagination. This is the predestined next wave in cryptocurrency evolution. We are the beacon in the dark. I don't know what that means. And if this was 20 years ago, this may attract some people, but in the modern world where information is available freely and about everything, it seems a little silly, to be honest. It's not helped by the description of AI as well. The wide use of the term AI without any explanation of what that actually means to them is kind of pointless. Buyers of this technology tend to be sophisticated buyers, and randomly throwing around marketing terms it just starts things badly. I wish they wouldn't do it, not just this one, but all of them. Apart from marketing nonsense, they compare their AI to AlphaGo, which is frankly a high target. AlphaGo, for those of you not into machine learning, is a neural net-based stochastic system that plays the popular game of Asian Go. Now, compared to chess, Go is considered vastly more difficult to build computer algorithms around because of a very high branching structure. In other words, there's a large number of movement possibilities in Go than there is in chess. It is built by Google in DeepMind by the PhDs in the centre of London. It's a fantastic bit of math and hardware combination, which is a specialist solution for the game of Go. And because it's a specialist solution, it is in no way applicable to financial services in any way. It is trained entirely for Go, and anyone with any knowledge of how machine learning works will tell you that training models are everything in ML. So when they reference their system to AlphaGo, all I can think of is it uses neural nets. Join the club. Why did you mention it? Anyway, I don't mean to be too disparaging. Some errors are dotted all over the whole website, and I'll be kind about the spelling mistakes, but some stuff just doesn't make sense. So, for example, it says the APIs are Python language. Now, we all know what Python is, but APIs tend to be language agnostic, so I don't know whether they're trying to tell us that you have to use Python to communicate with it. I just don't know. The team look okay. The CEO is well known and has run lots of crypto things before, including BitOcean, and Sunny Liu, as mentioned earlier, has written a nice open letter about what a jolly good chap he is. Great. The CTO and AI guy, looking at his published papers, doesn't seem to be a finance person though. His research is mostly biomedical, particularly examining records around Alzheimer's as far as I can dig into it. I'm not sure what this has got to do with algo trading, so I'd like to see more about where they're getting their domain knowledge from. Maybe it's just from the CEO. The lawyer chap has some experience in e-commerce, in startup world, and then trademark litigation, and if I understand correctly, is currently working, giving advice to small businesses within Taiwan. The chief security guy has experience as an employee of Cisco as what seems to be an infrastructure architect. He submitted a paper on some blockchain stuff, which was the Edge chain, in January this year. The team, however, seem to have all of the important skills covered, but it would be nice to see more about what all of the domain-specific information is, or domain skills are. If you have more information on the team, please post them in the comments. At the moment, literature reference for them is scarce, but please post URLs linking to facts or anything that you'd like to share. That's what I tend to go on. Now, the VeChain connection should be mentioned as well. Sunny Liu and the OceanEx team has made a big thing out of this, even down to limiting investment into the company OceanEx to VET holders only. At the moment, it is not clear what the project has actually got to do with VeChain's speciality, its IoT and hardware connections. Despite seemingly strong connections, the only thing I can see is they are releasing the ICO token on the platform, probably in return for some publicity. It obviously makes much more sense to launch tokens on Ethereum at the moment, which has tons more liquidity in it, but if they did that, they probably would not have the PR. And frankly, who cares? If you've got the money and you've got the VET, it's as good a place as any. So, in summary, OceanEx looks like a decentralized exchange, and I expect over time all trading pairs will be available. Whether that includes fiat or not, I don't know. The promise of better trading tools provides real hope, and I sincerely wish that they are significantly better than the current set. That would be an amazing win. I am especially interested in the buy and algo trading approach, as we know that is a profitable business market thanks to eToro, so I'm really excited to see how that's going to play out. There is no information on pricing. There is no information on pricing, however, so we have no idea whether this will be something that is a rival to companies like Binance. As mentioned, you need VET to get in on the game, but only 50, so buying cost is really low. We'll know more when the white paper is released. I look forward to it, honestly do. Well, I'll be watching the project with serious interest, and if they can sort the marketing rubbish out and focus on quality products, it may actually turn out really, really well for them. So I want to follow this very, very closely. But again, as always, thank you for your time today, guys. It is honestly appreciated. And please like and subscribe. It really, really makes a difference to both me and those looking for quality content as well. So we'll call it a day. I'll see you on Tuesday for more, usually around an opinion piece. So take care. See you later.